Hey guys, welcome back. Fishing 101 The Basics, and today we're going to talk topwater. All right guys, as far as the Fishing 101 series, I think this is going to end it for here. Now, over the summer we'll do some more series. We're going to try to do something on catfish. Bob and I thought we might even go out and see if we can catch some carp this year. Thought that might be kind of fun. So we might do some carp fishing, fly fishing. We might do a little bit of that. We'll try to do some series on each one of those if we can. And if anybody's got any suggestions of other things they'd like, we can do a series on it. We'll try it. Today, we're going to talk topwater. Through this series, we started out with some basic lures. We went into some soft plastics, explaining what those are. We got into crankbaits. But I think a place a lot of people miss is topwater. And topwater can be so much fun. It's so exciting to do. I love doing topwater, so I want to cover just a few topwater lures, enough to get you started, get you out, get it to try. The first one's got to be the frog. That's the one everybody talks about as a frog. You see it a lot. The frog is great where it's really weedy. Those hooks sit up here. When the frog pushes down on that, he'll get the hooks, but the frog will protect the hooks when you're throwing it in the weedy conditions. This one needs a haircut. He needs those tails cut off just a little bit. Those legs don't need to be that long. Cut them off just a little bit. Throw this thing, you know, when you're throwing this, throw it up on the bank. Throw it on the bank and bring it back in easy. You don't have to. If you can throw it in the water, fine. But a lot of times I'll throw this right up on the grass and then ease it back into the bank. And a lot of times when it plops down, that's when you're going to get your hit. I've got 2 videos on fishing with frogs. I'll put end screens at the end of this on both of those, how to go ahead and fish a frog. Along with the frog, there's a mouse. You can see the mouse. It works on basically the same principle that the frog's going to work, how to fish that. They also make a duck. I don't think I happen to have a duck here, but they make those in the soft plastics too. They're all pretty much basically the same. Those 3 are pretty much the same. Now to go along with the frogs, we also have the popping frog. Now you're going to have the mouth concaved a little bit. When you pull this one in the water, it's going to really pop. It'll pop some water out, hence the name the popping frog. Again, works real well. I've used them both. I tend to stick with the basic frog more than I do the popping frog, but you have both styles out there. Now if we get into more of the hard plastic baits that are still considered topwater, another one is the popper. You'll have a popper. This one has an open mouth. It has slits in the gill plates where the water will actually come in the mouth and come out the sides of the gill plate, which gives it a lot bigger popping action. And this is something you can work along. You just pop this along. It gives you a lot of action out there, a lot of water disturbance, and that's what's going to attract the fish. Another one I really started using last year, sorry for the airplane, can't hardly help that, wake bait. I like a wake bait. It's got the bill straight down, and basically it's just what it does. It floats, and when you bring it back, it'll just form a wake. It'll side to side, go back, look at my videos on the different lures and how I fish them. You'll find one there on the wake bait, show you how to fish that. I've really started using that last year. I really like it. I'm going to use a lot more of the wake bait. Now, one I haven't used as of yet, the rat, the big rat. And this one I haven't had an opportunity to use it as of yet. It's going to be fished a lot like the popper, and maybe a little bit like the wake bait, kind of in the middle, because it's got the bill. You're going to swim it back, but you can pop that every once in a while. Give it a little extra action. Give it that little extra pop that it needs sometimes. Now, there are others. There's a spook, just a long, thin lure that sits on the top and floats, and you just kind of dart as you jerk it. A buzz bait, a metal buzz bait with the blades on them. You can use there's all kinds of topwater lures. But these are some of the basic. The frog, you can't go wrong with a frog. You really can't go wrong with a plastic frog. It'll catch your fish. The frog has a little tough time with a hookup rate. You're going to miss a lot of frog. You're going to miss a lot of fish with the frog. It's just part of the deal. Watch my videos on this. It'll help you out a little bit, how to get a little better at getting those frogs when they're hitting and not missing quite so many of them. All right, that's it for top water. Just a few basics, enough to get you out, give you a try on them. Like I said, this is going to finish up our 101 series. Down the line here in the next few weeks or the next month, we'll start a couple other series on some other ideas. You've got any suggestions, things you'd like to see, leave it in the comments. We'll go through those, and that might end up giving us another series we want to do. Hey, thanks for sticking with me. Subscribe to the channel if you would. Hope to see you again real soon.